Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome back, Terps fans, to Talking Terps this week with Coach Brenda Frese, presented by Thompson Creek. We are here at Ledo Pizza in College Park. Brendan Hartlove in for the traveling Johnny Holiday alongside Maryland head coach Brenda Frese, fresh off 2 wins. Coach, thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you. It's always a great thing when you're coming in here after 2 wins.
It makes the pizza here at Ledo's taste extra good after those 2 wins. So you guys are now 21-6 overall, 9-6 in Big Ten play, up to 14 in the latest AP poll yesterday. There's only 3 games remaining in the regular season. I can't speak for you, but it feels like it's flown by a little bit.
It really has.
Yeah.
February just goes by so incredibly fast, and even faster when you roll in and traveling and putting all these games under your belt.
So we're going to take a look back at the last games against Penn State and Ohio State presented by Thompson Creek. So it was an 81-62 win at home last Thursday, February 12th, over Penn State. Trailed at the end of the first quarter by 1, led at halftime by 4. Then a 16-2 run and kind of really flipped the game on its head. What did you see from your team kind of in that span that really helped you get back to it?
I thought we got back to our identity, which, again, defense, rebounding for us. When we're on the floor, diving for 50-50 balls, when we're really locked in on the defensive end, really connected, it's Maryland basketball. And then when we can get on the glass, it's an important piece for us. Obviously, with Ohio State, which we'll talk about here soon, just having those extra opportunities, Coach McGuff talked about it, that it was the difference in the game. So anytime we're rebounding both ends of the floor and giving ourselves more opportunities, we're going to have a lot of success.
You had some really balanced scoring in that game, double-figure performances from 5 different players. Yarden Garazone with 19, Lucia Econo with 15, Addie Mack 13, Sailor Poffenbarger and Mira McLean both with 10 apiece. That's the 7th game this season with 5 players scoring 10 or more points. It's a very balanced offense that you have. How do you kind of see them sharing the love on that side?
I think that's really where we're rounding into form, especially here in February. And it's been really important for us. I think we've had to put so much of a load on Alucci and Yarden and Sailor. So now as we're just adding more depth pieces, and you see, on any given night, I love where Mira McLean is. She's playing like a senior, knowing, what's at stake in these, remaining games and the experience that she has. And, then when you get, Addie Mack to, shoot the ball the way we know she can against Ohio State, especially in the second half. And then you had, Kendall Walker had a really impactful game when we went on the road against Michigan State. So it's going to be someone different every night. That's what we've talked about. Those big 3 have to show up every night for us from a scoring end. Most nights for us to have that. But the added depth for us is really important.
And that Penn State game was also special because it was the annual Play for K Pink game, and that is to support breast cancer awareness and cancers that affect all women. You honored cancer warriors before the game with tributes, a late show in that honorary starting lineup. How special is it for you guys as a team to be able to kind of honor those people before the game?
It's always, one of my favorite games, and for this team, sadly, we all have had experience of someone that has been impacted with cancer, and those that are still fighting, and those who lost their courageous battles. So for us to be able to play the game that we love and be able to bring awareness and generate dollars for research is really, really important.
And then moving on to that Ohio State game that I think everybody's pulses are probably starting to lower a little bit here on Tuesday. 76-75 on the road over number 8 Ohio State on Sunday. That's a big win. First top 10 road win since 2022. Kind of the revenge for that time they came into College Park earlier in the season. You raised a 19-point deficit, which was Maryland's largest comeback since 2019. That had everybody really going. It did not get off to the best of starts. It was a 27-point first quarter for Ohio State, double-digit performances from both Chance Gray, Jelani Cambridge. We know how great they are. They combined for 54 of the Buckeyes' 75 total points. You were mic'd up in that game, and I don't know how many texts you got about this afterwards, but I got texts about this afterwards. You said to your team kind of in that stretch that you either want the smoke right now or you don't. What, for people not familiar with that phrase, how do you define that, and how did you see your team respond?
Well, I just want you to know that was PG rated.
Yeah.
Those cameras were going to be in there. So, Just a challenge. I thought we, were on our heels to start that game. I thought we were a little intimidated. We weren't as connected as we needed to be on the defensive end or on the glass. We were even or down at that point. So this team, I love coaching them. They always respond to a challenge. They're a really, really competitive group. And again, I think you saw the response. Thank goodness. I thought it was a tale of two halves. We had halftime to be able to regroup as well, and was able to remind them that we both put our uniforms on the same way, and nothing's different. And I thought we used that time to kind of reset, which was really important for us.
Our engineer, Claude Jennings, wants to get T-shirts made with "You Want the Smoke" for Maryland women's basketball. And you did. In that second half, offensively, you guys hit 9 3-pointers. And was going to the three kind of the game plan to get back into that game, or was it a matter of feeding the hot hands and just kind of getting good looks?
I would love to say, that it was the coaching and that's what we wanted to go to. No, we caught fire. Players found one another. I mean, it was more of a defensive oriented plan from our end with the triangle and 2 we went to on Jelani and Chance, and making others have to step up and score. But offensively, it was great to be able to see just, Addie shoot the ball the way we know she can. And we already know what Yarden and Sailor and the rest can do. So, that was huge to, again, to get on the glass and have more opportunities. I forget. I mean, it was a high amount of threes that we shot, but we needed them to be able to come back from that deficit.
So coming up after the break, we're going to talk more about some of the Terps that have stepped up here in the past few games, that really important winning stretch that you guys have had, as well as the success that Maryland has had in the month of February. UMD, are you ready? It's showtime. Grab some Testudio Premium Lager, the official craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing. Let's go, Terps. We're going to step aside and be back here on Talking Terps radio show with Coach Brenda Frese. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We're back here on Talking Terps radio. Sorry. We're back here on Talking Terps radio show with Maryland head coach Brenda Frese, brought to you by Thompson Creek here at Ledo Pizza in College Park. Brendan Hartlove in for Johnny Holiday. This feature is brought to you by Thompson Creek Window Company, a proud partner of the Maryland Terrapins. Thompson Creek designs, builds, and installs replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. Thompson Creek. And this is your shot to win Maryland Terps basketball luxury tickets with Giant. Just use 5 flexible points to enter. Activate the offer now in your rewards dashboard. Learn more at giantfood.com/Terps. Coach, we talked about that big winning stretch that you guys have had, and those are quad 1 wins. And for folks that maybe aren't familiar, that's kind of a win over a top-tier opponent. The net rankings, where the game takes place, and is really a resume booster when it comes time to tournament time. Now 6-5 in quad win games, 5 of those on the road. Only number 2 UCLA and number 9 Louisville have more road quad 1 wins with 6, and that's 3 quad 1 wins in the last 2 weeks. That is all really good stuff. How important is it this season to kind of be stacking those types of wins?
It's huge to be able to have, and that's why you want to play as tough of a schedule as we're playing, and it really helps you with your seeding. I think you saw where I think.
Problem. She was holding the cough button, Claude, so we're good.
Hang on
So we talked about the quad 1 wins. They are really important. 3 quad 1 wins in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
Stacking those up is pretty good this time.
Yeah, and you saw most recently that the selection committee they do show where you're at, and we were listed as a 4 seed, and now you're net after these wins were to a 3 seed. And so it's really important. You're trying to be able to host at home for the NCAA tournament. Still a lot of great basketball left for us, so we have to continue to do the work. But like you said, to have the third most quad one wins behind UCLA and Louisville is huge, and just want to continue to keep putting that work in. And
a lot of those victories have come because some of the role players are stepping up. You mentioned Mira McLean earlier on, who really over the last couple of games has been shining, averaging 8.5 points per game, over 5 rebounds in the last 4. What parts of her game have you liked, especially when it comes to kind of navigating the minutes management this time of year?
Well, Mir is so athletic, so competitive, and has been in our system now for 2 years, but she's really playing within herself. And I think that's been the beautiful, is just offensive rebounds to kickouts to offensive rebounds to finish layups. So she's been really, really impactful bringing that experience. And when we get into some kind of foul trouble, she's so versatile. And like you said, off the bench, in the last 4 games, we've had 84 points come off the bench between Kendall and Mir at Michigan State, Rainey at Nebraska. And so, it's going to be huge for us when you continue to talk about these 3 remaining games we have before we're heading into the Big Ten tournament.
Rainey Wilson is another player. She missed a couple games with that concussion injury from that West Coast trip, but has been back. And even if she's not lighting it up in the points column in a game, I feel like from my untrained eye, she's been playing almost with a new sense of confidence. There's times where I see her like, you don't look like a freshman that much anymore. What have you seen from her over the last couple of weeks?
Exactly. Well, they have to guard her. They know that she can shoot the 3, so it just really helps our spacing, and they can't double off on Alucci and sag in the paint. So, just that alone, having her on the court, and you saw, during the unfortunate times when we were losing, we didn't have her in those 4 games, and she's been huge. She's experienced from an end that she can defend. She's strong. She makes the right reads. So again, that just continues to add that depth off the bench.
And we've talked a couple times in our kind of pregame interviews about the freshmen that are really stepping up, and you guys have 4 freshmen averaging 11 or more minutes per game in Big Ten play. That's Addie Mack, Kendall Walker, Rainey Wilson, and Maria Boyko. And Brandon Williams has been getting more minutes over the last couple weeks as well. How have you seen that group grow from when they showed up as the babies on campus to now having gone through a lot of Big Ten play?
I always say when you get to February and you've gotten through that first semester, you're no longer a freshman, and they're starting to show that. They have been here through the summer. Both Brianna and Kendall were here last year. So just, starting to show that confidence and experience, and we count on them. Every single player, we need to come in and play their role and play it to the best of their ability, play with a lot of confidence. And it's been great to be able to see with a young roster with so many players coming off the bench as freshmen to do what they're doing.
You mentioned Addie Mack and kind of shooting the way that she can shoot in some of the last couple of games. She played a huge role in that Ohio State game with 14 points in her 16th double-digit game of her freshman season, draining 3 threes and scoring 11 second-half points to kind of lead that rally. What is it about her in neck-and-neck road Big Ten games that really seems to bring out the best in Addie Mack?
Well, she's a winner. She's a competitor, and I love that. She's been fearless from the very first game back to non-conference. She's never been afraid of the moment, and I think that was what was so neat to be able to see on Sunday is she met the moment. She wanted the moment. That was a team that presses the entire game, and to be able to see how she managed that in the press, as well as, just taking her opportunities. She was being heated up when you saw that late game and those possessions. She's out there having to work the clock to be able to kind of get a shot under 10, and she was taking a massive defensive assignment. So I just loved seeing her being able to manage those possessions for us.
She's been a lot of fun to watch. Maryland fans, tune in or join us for the Talkin' Terps with Maryland basketball radio show presented by Thompson Creek here at Ledo Pizza. Next radio show after today will be with Gary Williams, live on Tuesday, February 24th at 7 p.m. So much more to talk about on the other side of this break, including how Maryland is really successful in the month of February over kind of. So we are going to step aside and be right back with more from Brenda Frese on the Talkin' Terps radio show.
There are moments that last a lifetime. And this team has given us plenty.
Maryland takes down Brie.
We are a program built on tradition. We know what it takes to get to the top. Through it all, you cheered with unrelenting passion. You drive the moments that make us, us. Unforgettable memories. One team.
That's the worst. We're good. All right, welcome back in to Talkin' Terps with Brenda Frese, the radio show here presented by Thompson Creek at Ledo Pizza in College Park. All of our guests here enjoying their food and beverages on a lovely Tuesday midday. Food Lion, the presenting sponsor of the Score to Give More campaign, is proud to announce that a total of 30,000 meals have been donated this season to our local neighbors in need for free throws made during the regular basketball season. Over 8 million meals and counting have been donated by Food Lion Feeds through the Score to Give More campaign to local college pantries and food banks. And SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Maryland Terrapins. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, so Terrapin fans can fan. Brendan Hartlove in for Johnny Holiday with Maryland coach Brenda Frese. Coach, you know, we kind of talk about overtime is your time. It's also kind of February is your time. It feels like a little bit as well. Over the past 5 seasons, you guys have gone 23-19 in the month of January. Kind of, there's always injuries. There's some heavy legs and things like that. But in February, you guys are 26-5. That's an 84% winning percentage. What occurs within a team, both on the court, but also kind of in the mental management of the team that allows you to be peaking at the right time?
I think we're really intentional that we really want to be peaking at the right time when you talk about getting into March. But, you know, the movie Groundhog Day,
yes.
When you get to February, that's what it can feel like within a team and with your players. So I think I've always been really, really intentional, just trying to be creative. We're smart with our practices and taking them off their legs, where I think some coaches are really grinding their players at that point, and I think we're really smart that way, and we get really creative. It's called February Fresh, and you saw on Sunday, decided to walk in with the hard hats. That's what it was going to take. And, you know, there's a lot of things that we'll do. We'll sprinkle some candy. We've got a theme of plunk cakes going on right now with how often we get on the floor. So you're just trying to find just different ways to be able to keep it fresh and creative and energy, and make it fun to continue to come in, because it can feel like you're doing the same thing with the scouting report and with the practice, and you just don't want it to be checking a box. It needs to be intentional that you're trying to move that needle to get better.
You mentioned the hard hats. For people that maybe aren't familiar with that kind of tradition, what is the message behind the hard hats?
The hard hats for us, when we play a game, we hand out awards, and we hand out a Windex for rebounding, a helping hand for assists, a lockdown for defense, and the hard hat became something of just, you know, putting in the 40 minutes of work, and it could be defense, rebounding, offense, just playing the right way and playing to our Maryland standards. So I felt it was important for us to, as a coaching staff, to come in and set the tone that it truly, I felt like that's what was taken away from us the first time we played Ohio State, and came to late game possessions and them ripping the ball out of our hands. And I watched that game too many times, or 50-50 balls, and knew that needed to be the difference from this game. And for us, ultimately, the 50-50 balls and then the rebounding was a huge piece for us to be able to win that game.
There was a really good article in the Diamondback, one of the student publications here on campus last week, by Holiday Woodard, one of the students, about your program and that kind of the family environment that you've been very intentional in creating. How do you support your coaching staff when you know, they have young kids? Now you're one of only 2 Big Ten programs with an all-female coaching staff. You raised Marcus and Tyler kind of in the halls of Xfinity Center as well. How have you kind of helped them in that process now that they're raising their kids in the Xfinity Center?
Well, like we talked about, the boys my men are 18 today, And when, I know that I had them around all the time and loved it, whether it be a practice and coming on on road trips and, now and being able to support your staff to show them, one, that they can do it, two, we are a family and they can bring, their kids in anytime. And now that mine are grown, I love, we have so many small children now that show up on a Saturday, traveled with us over this past weekend, and our girls are important role models for them, and they look up to them. And I just think it's the neatest element of our program is just that we can impact these young boys and girls and give them a lens through sports. They're also seeing their mom, do it at a really high level. And it should give them, just this impactful role model of what they can be one day.
That was going to be one of my next questions. It is the 18th birthday of your two boys. For Brenda Frese, the mom, is that crazy?
Really crazy. I think more so just as I was looking back at photos last night before I went to bed, and even this morning, taking a few minutes to just reflect. I'm just so proud of who they are and what they've become. I say this a lot, like every night before they go to bed, they tell me they love me, just what they've grown up to be. And I can't even imagine, what their future will unhold, what it'll look like. I know it'll be great, but yeah, time flies.
How do you think them growing up in this environment around the people in this program has kind of shaped who they are now today at 18 years old?
Again, I think similar to our staff and their children, that they got an early lens to look up to so many different players. I remember them wearing the Marissa Coleman or Alyssa Thomas jersey. They also, get to see every single day what their mom does, and they don't take that for granted. They truly understand that. They also understand the responsibility that they have of our family name and just how they act and who they are. So a lot of responsibility that is also on their plate, but just so many positive things that have been given them a tremendous opportunity.
And then quickly before our next break, in that same article, there was something called the Dobo Daycare. Do you know what is that?
Yeah, well, Rylan Atkins kind of had tapped herself that when she was our Dobo, and still does a phenomenal job. So a lot of times when those young kids are here and, the assistant coaches are doing their thing, she'll take their kids and watch them so they don't run out on the court. And the other night, Carly had two of her daughters there, and we ended up being able to go out to dinner. And so she helped, the two back at the hotel. And so just Rylan's great. She's got a huge heart and loves children, and it's an appropriate name for it.
So it is a family atmosphere. We're going to be joined after this break by one of those family members, and Brie McDaniel. Coach, stick around and we'll wrap things up after this.
All right.
Back here on Talking Terps with Brenda Frese radio show here at Ledo Pizza, presented by Thompson Creek. Maryland fans, tune in or join us for the Talking Terps with Maryland basketball radio show presented by Thompson Creek. The next radio show will be with Gary Williams live on Tuesday, February 24th at 7 p.m. And hey, fans, did you know that the University of Maryland Medical System is the official medical team of the Terps? You and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that our athletes receive. Learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Brendan Hartlove in for Johnny Holiday with head coach Brenda Frese. Coach, there's a big game coming up this weekend. You're going, and Purdue is coming to town. They're 12 and 13 overall, 4-10 in Big Ten play. They're fresh off a win over Rutgers on Saturday. They still have to face number 13 Iowa before they come to College Park to face number 14 Maryland. So that's a tough stretch for them. What are you expecting from Purdue in that game this weekend?
Well, I'm really excited because it's our senior day, and we'll be able to celebrate our 3 seniors as well as our managers and scout guys. But they always come in and play hard. Katie Gerald's team is going to fight. There's no quit. And, they have a lot of players that, can – they're hard to scout because you don't know who's going to do what from one game to the next. So we're going to have to be really solid defensively and just continue to play to our standards.
And we'd be here all day if we talked at length about all of those seniors that we're honoring on Sunday. But Yarden Garzone, Mir McLean, and Sailor Poffenbarger from the team. How special is that group been to coach this season?
They've been awesome. Yeah, I mean, all 3 that when you talk about coming out of the transfer portal, but just have been a dream come true to coach. And, it's gone by so quickly in their careers, only to have Yarden for a year. I wish, all 3 of them I would have had for all 4 years, but I'm not going to get greedy. I'm going to be grateful to just the fact that they've come in and have been everything we thought they would be. And they've just been great teammates, high character, come in ready to work, great student athletes. When you look at Mir, how many languages she speaks and what she's getting her master's in. But all 3 are going to be really, really successful if they continue to play or just that next step in life.
So there's a lot coming up here on the Maryland Sports Radio Network. The men's team is back in action tomorrow at 8 p.m. as they head out to Evanston to face Northwestern. Johnny and Chris will have that on the Maryland Sports Radio Network. And then they come back on Saturday at 3 p.m. to host Washington. We are on the air for the women's team on Sunday, a 1 p.m. tip-off on air for pregame at 12:45. I will be joined by the wonderful Sarah Myers for that game. Coach, thank you for being here. Best of luck this weekend, and a very happy birthday to Marcus and Tyler.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Go Terps.
Go Terps. Terps presented by Thompson Creek at Ledo Pizza. Brendan Hartlove now joined by Brie McDaniel. And the University of Maryland Medical System is sponsoring this segment. For better treatments, better outcomes, there's a better state of care. Learn more at umms.org/better. Senior guard from Chicago. Great to have you on the show. Thanks for being here.
Having me.
So you are unfortunately not out on the floor for the team this season, kind of still coming back from that injury. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. Still got some ways to go. Just super happy with the seeing everybody playing and just just being a leader out there. Not really too upset about not playing. It's like I'm not upset. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. Like I'm not worried. Like it's God's timing, and I feel like just having a year to like gather myself and just be there for my teammates has been great, and for the team, it's been great. So I'm just happy with where I'm at right now.
So even if you're not on the floor, you have made yourself the ultimate hype woman on the team.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are one of the most vocal, energetic people that I have ever seen touch the hardwood.
Yeah.
Where does that kind of energy come from?
From where I'm from. I mean, I like one thing about it, two things for sure. Like anytime I step in between the lines, like it's on and popping. Like we're not friends. We're not like nothing. We're here to play. Like it's not, there's nothing to laugh about. Like we're playing right now. So so I try to give that mindset to my teammates and just uplift them as much as I can as if I'm out there.
Mhm.
So like I know I bring a good presence on the court. I know I can bring it off the court, which is how vocal I am and how like I can just help them with my experience that I do have. So just being who I am, honestly.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
And so we've talked a couple times this season about this is a young team. There's a lot of freshmen that are playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
How have you seen your role kind of as a leader for getting these freshmen used to Maryland basketball?
Just like in practice, just giving them the little nuggets that like they need, like any little thing, like when it comes to defense or offense, just telling them to calm themselves down. It's like you don't have to rush yourself or speed yourself up because that's what the other team wants you to do. They want you to speed yourself up. Just telling them it's okay, like breathe, like take a breath. And I feel like sometimes they so hard on themselves, and I feel like that I'm the same way about myself. So it's easier to like talk to them about it. And I've been in their shoes. I was a freshman before, so I know like what Coach B wants and what the coaches would want, and what standard that we have, and how we're gonna live up to it. So just being that vocal leader and just a person that they can always come to with anything, like any problems that they have on or off the court. So just being that big sister that they always have.
You mentioned you were a freshman. Who were some of your big sisters when you were a freshman?
Ooh. Hey, I had Diamond Miller, I had Brene Alexander, I had Shy, I had Abby Myers.
Mhm.
Like I had a like buttload of like leaders. So I learned from different backgrounds. So Brene came from Vanderbilt. Diamond, she's been in the system for 4 years. So like it was good seeing and like understanding Diamond like from just not on the TV because I used to watch her all the time. So just seeing her like in her own element, it helped me in a sense. Like she probably may not know this, but like it helped me a lot seeing her and persevere through things, especially with injuries, because of course I'm dealing with one right now. So just being able to have that person like Diamond on the side and like Brene dealt with injury, Shy, and plenty of more like my sophomore year I had Jakia Brown Turner. It was just like a lot of experience from different areas that you like sometimes you would take for granted because you like it was there for all the like that moment, but like I never taken it for granted. It was great having all that wisdom from all of them. So I say I had a lot of like leaders that I can learn from, call them to this day. So
We just talked, Coach B, about kind of that, family environment that's been created here. How have you seen that manifest in your time with the coaching staff and your teammates and how close you guys have been?
I mean, like over the years, it has gotten better all over the years. Like I feel like we've been super close with our retreats. Any little team bonding, like this past year during the summertime, we were doing Love Island. We were watching that. Like it was different things that we like love to do, and then of course adding the basketball piece on top of it helps like with on the court. So I feel like. I'm sorry. Jesus. Yeah, I feel like having that has helped. Yeah.
And you're actually back on the floor a little bit now. You've been practicing with the scout team.
Yeah.
How has that kind of been being in that role?
Different. Different because I'm used to like following the scout, knowing the scout. Now I am the scout. So just learning from both sides because it's a good in it. Like I'm learning more about myself and my teammates, and like I'm half of them I'm going to be playing with them next year. So just understanding their tendencies and my tendencies, and they're seeing it on the court, and also just like getting my feet back under me. It's been a year, so it feels like a lot better to like get back on the court, get back acclimated, doing the things that I like love doing. So I feel like it's different, but I like it though.
Well, stick with us after the break. Plenty more coming from Brie McDaniel. Hey, fans, did you know that the University of Maryland Medical System is the official medical team of the Terps? You and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that our athletes receive. Learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Back with more from Brie McDaniel in a moment. Back here on the Maryland Sports Radio Network for the Talkin' Terps radio show with Brenda Frese and now Brie McDaniel here at Ledo Pizza in College Park. Maryland fans, tune in or join us for the next Talkin' Terps radio show. That will be on February 24th at 7 p.m. with Gary Williams here at Ledo Pizza in College Park. Brendan Hartlove in for Johnny Holiday here with Brie McDaniel. I want to ask you first about something that I don't know if it's new this season or the last couple seasons, the dub cam after the game.
Yeah, this is
you always have something different where you're on somebody's back or you're doing something. Is that a in the moment thing? Is that pre-planned?
That
How's
is
the dub
really
cam work?
like in the moment. Like the last one with Issy. So this is what happened. I was running out and I seen her from afar. So I'm like, Issy, you want to do the dub cam with me? And then she did like this. So I was like, oh yeah, we got this. So I just jumped on her back and we were just going at it. Yeah.
Chemistry on and off the court to know how to approach the dub cam.
Yeah, and she's my roommate. So and I'm with her. Like if you see me, you see her.
Yeah.
So like that's my girl. So we be thinking the same thing 9 times.
Well, I want to ask you actually about her because she's had a really good season.
Yes.
What have you seen from her kind of in that first year really being in the starting lineup regularly?
I just love how she's like persevered through her injury because last year she tore her ACL. So I felt like I was helping her as well this year because same for me. Like she's helping me out because I'm starting to get back in the flow of practice. But I feel like she was so hard on herself and so like I look a mess right now. Like I'm not making no layups. Like what is going on? I'm like, child, you literally been out for a year, and she says the same thing to me. So I feel like just she's just comfortable with being okay with like messing up and understanding like this is a part of the game. Like I'm gonna mess up, but it's about how I persevere through it and how I get to the front of it. Like not like letting it like deter her. And I always we always talk like at home, like, girl, you're fine. Like we have some things that we gotta work on, but gotta work on that. Like it's always little things that you need to work on. But at the same time, it's not like you forgot how to play basketball. Right. Like you know how to play basketball. Just take your time. You rushing yourself. Just calm down, girl. But yeah, I feel like that's really the main things that a lot of people with ACLs go through when coming back. Like it's kind of hard to get your feet back under you. So it's like it's kind of rough and it's kind of like it hurts your feelings a little bit because you're like, I was literally just making these layups like a couple of months ago. Why am I missing them? But it's like you got to say in your back of your head, like, I'm getting back. I'm getting back. So that's really the main thing that it's been with her. But overall, Issy is willing to learn, want to be better, want to be a difference for the team. And I tell her that every night. I say, baby, it starts with you. I need you to like rep us up. Like you, Lucci, like it starts with everybody, but y'all are our sparks. Like we need y'all to bump it up. Yeah. But yeah.
You mentioned you guys are roommates. You really like to cook.
Yeah.
And you got even your own cooking show on social media.
Yeah.
What have you been chefing up lately?
So lately, I haven't been doing nothing since the girl been tired. I've been lazy, but like I like to cook anything. Like, let me to all the people out there with cooking, you don't need to know how to cook. You literally can just go on social media and find the stuff. Like, it's not that hard, and then you just spice it up to how you like it. Like that's what I do. Like I look on TikTok and I just spice it up to how I would want it. But I'm telling you, I'll be like, should I cook today? Why do you keep asking me? You know I'm gonna say yes. I'm like, okay. So like she really gets me to like stop procrastinating and just do it. But yeah, I love to cook. I'll just be tired.
It sounds like some mutual accountability between you and Issy, both on and off the court for those kinds of things. So when you are not as tired as you are right now, what are your kind of go-to meals to make?
So like lately, lamb chops. Lamb chops rule. And I like making mac and cheese. Like the other day, he's on the men's team, Alex. We used to go to high school together. His birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and I made him like lamb chops, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. So like we like any little thing. Yeah, I love. Yeah. And
it is well received by the people you cook for?
Like all my friends. Like Alex was like, I was like, Alex, you want any food for your birthday? He was like, yeah. I was like, I know you want lamb chops. He said, yep. And he was like, I was like, and mac and cheese. He said, yep. You know I love them. So like everybody loves my food. Like, but I've just been tired.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I know the feeling.
Yeah, because cooking is like a long process, but it's fun though. It calms you in a sense too.
My issue is it can take me an hour to make a meal and then I eat it all in 5 minutes. It's like, well, what was that for?
Exactly. Like, but this is my thing when I cook. I cook too much, and then I have too much leftovers. And
your roommates are like, "Oh no,
I'm not eating leftovers for a whole week. It's a cool 2 to 3 days. That thing got to go. So it like that's the one thing. I overshop at the grocery store. That's another thing. Like I be thinking like I'm cooking for 10 people. I'm only cooking for 2. Like.
Hey, it'll come with time.
Yeah.
You were mentioning Alex's birthday. We were talking about Mark's house. You got a birthday coming up too, is that right?
Yes, Thursday. Yeah.
How are we feeling? Any big plans for the birthday celebration?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Just going out to eat with friends and going to karaoke. That's it.
Ooh, what's your go-to karaoke song? Or do you have a few that you kind of choose from? Or it's in the moment.
In the moment, like however I'm feeling. Yeah.
If we were to ask you to grab a microphone right now, what song would you go with? We're not going to.
I love old school music, so I will probably choose. I got some bangers. So
well, this is one. While you look, this is one thing we talked to the girls about over the summer when we did the interview series. It's kind of like your go-to karaoke songs, or like if you had to pick one thing. And we didn't have the chance. Schedules just didn't align to interview you over the summer.
Yeah.
So now we are getting the official answer from Brie McDaniel.
What is the song? Oh, Where's the Love by SWV. Yeah, okay. I love that song.
Very nice.
So nice. Yeah.
So I mentioned that we didn't get a chance to talk to you over the summer. We only have about a minute left, but one thing I asked them was if you were to be stuck on a desert island with somebody on the team, who would you want to be stuck with? There's a follow-up to this too. Who do you not want to be stuck with?
I know who. Can I pick 2 people?
Sure.
It would be KK and Issy because, like, I'm telling you, we will make it fun. We will make it fun.
We might not get off the island, but
right, we may not get off the island. Well, no, we're gonna figure out a way to get off that island. Maybe it'll take maybe two business days, but we're gonna get off that island. But yeah, I would be stuck with them or Sailor. Sailor is like a mom figure, so I feel like I'm gonna be crashing out. She's gonna be like, "Okay, Brie, calm down. We're gonna get this done and this done and this done." So I feel like, yeah.
And then one of the more random questions I asked them is, would you rather fight one testudo-sized duck or 50 duck-sized testudos? So we're talking mascot size, one giant duck or 50 tiny testudos.
I would probably do the tiny testudos because, like, I can just stomp on them. Yeah. I can stomp on them and then swarm away. They're tiny. Yeah.
Sounds like you got your game plan all figured out. Brie McDaniel, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Excited to see you back out on the floor sometime soon. We'll hear you at the Xfinity Center.
You know you will.
Back with Coach Brenna Frese after this to wrap up some loose ends. Brie McDaniel on Talking Terps.
Thank you.
There are moments that last a lifetime. And this team has given us plenty.
Maryland takes down Frese.
We are a program built on tradition. We know what it takes to get to the top. Through it all, you've cheered with unrelenting passion. You drive the moments that make us, us.